Fuzzy-Wuzzy was the first of a litter of six to trust a human. Her brother, Lover-Boy, shortly followed her lead, which is generally the case. Um, this little mangy beast jumped the fence to eat her food while all of her siblings watched, wondering if I was going to eat her, because you understand that's how feral kittens think, feral cats in general. Rightfully so, with their survivor instincts, they can't allow themselves to trust. But Fuzzy-Wuzzy has always been trusting, and she was the first to come out of hiding after I abducted them for their spay-neutering surgeries, followed once again by Lover-Boy. These cats, they love to play and wrestle. That's their thing, but at the end of the day, they always snuggle up again. So it's just the norm to kiss and make up after much violence. They still behave exactly the way they did as kittens, except they're juniors now. The mama cat, unfortunately, passed away after her spay surgery, but I've got a house full of other adult cats that have all taken up the mantle, both male and female. They've been heavily socialized amongst the cat community, and they were fostered by they were fostered by another woman for the month of October into November 2022 while I was traveling. Here they are. Once they understand who their primary caretaker is, they got full bellies, they've had their treats, they will absolutely snuggle up wherever their human is, whether it's on their lap, in a chair, in the office. Here they were enjoying the air conditioning during a very humid summer in North Carolina. So they didn't seem to have any complaints after having spent the first month and a half living in the bushes in brutal conditions amidst deck mowers and weed whackers. And she is so ornery, and I can't stress enough how much they love to be brushed. I brush them a minimum of 3 times a week. I use 2 different kinds of brushes. I use a coarse brush, and then after, for a minute and a half, 2 minutes of a coarse brush just to get any clumps or mats out, which are few, then I switch over to a soft hair brush, and they just gobble that one up. So I had all 6 at one time, but then another lady has been fostering 2 of the other boys that are also bonded. But you can see here, Fuzzy-Wuzzy and Lover-Boy have a real special connection. What happened was these cats all got separated in a really big neighborhood during the summertime when it was super noisy and all kinds of activity going on. And Fuzzy-Wuzzy and Lover-Boy somehow got segregated and stuck together. Gabriel and Jake also got segregated, and they ended up being fostered by a lady that lives on one of the side streets in the neighborhood. But they love the porch. That's their favorite. With the weather decent, they will stay on the porch all day long. They also love simple toys. They don't have to be store-bought toys. They'll play with monkey balls, pine cones, random bird feathers that are found. Anything really that resembles the size of a mouse or a mole. And that's really all it takes for them to be content or happy. I don't really know what else to say except that these kids, they're among the best cats that I've ever had the pleasure to be involved with. And it's going to be sad to let them go, but I've already got 10 cats of my own. So it's too much. It's very overwhelming. And it's pretty dangerous where I live with pit bulls everywhere and cars driving 3 times the speed limit. So to have them all inside, it goes without saying it's not fun to try managing anywhere from 10 to 20 litter boxes during the course of a week. But it's going to be so worth it. You know, when you talk about juice versus squeeze in life, sometimes we don't get as much back from some of our relationships, but I am absolutely guaranteeing that any love that is shown to Fuzzy-Wuzzy and Lover-Boy will come back tenfold. They absolutely adore being cared for, and ironically, they end up taking care of me too, because that's just the way it goes. You know, I think a lot of people are under the assumption that just because they feed a creature, that's all there is to it. But really, staying sane hinges upon our relationships with the animal kingdom, and I just can't stress enough what a sheer joy they've been. Fuzzy-Wuzzy is not fond of her tail being brushed, but really it's got to be done because that's what clumps up the most. So I have to be extra ginger when brushing her tail and her rump area. Lover-Boy, no problem. He's short hair, so everything's soft and silky smooth with him. And you can see here how they also play well together when they're not wrestling each other. They love tag teaming toys, and one of the best things that I've ever done is to hang bird feathers from ceiling fans. A cat can't pass through a room without saying, "Oh, there's that bird feather. I might as well play with it for a second or two." So I'm going to really enjoy following the progress. I hope that their stay in the no-kill shelter is not that long, and that a potential foster family recognizes what I've come to know about these two cats since I've had them, which is that they really are the best of the best.